Welcome to the shop. In this video I'm going to be doing a different type of 3D board. In fact, a bit unique is this one. It's a lot different than my other 3D boards. And a lot of, looking at it, it kind of looks like it'd be an easier board, but it's actually more entailed in the sense that I had to start off by making 3 individual boards, first stage boards, and then cutting those to thickness, and then cutting them to thickness and depth, and then mixing, matching to put them together to create the final design. Kind of sounds mumbo-jumboed, but hopefully as you follow me through the process, you'll see what I mean. I've made this board many times, and normally when I make it, it's an 18-inch by 18-inch board, and I have all my measurements, my drawings for those in my book. However, this particular customer put a tall order in, and that's a little inside joke between me and the customer, to have a custom size. So I'm looking at 330 millimeters, which is 13-inch, and so I had a lot of math to do to convert that size down from my 18-inch normal size down to a 13-inch. And because I don't use computers for this, I do all this up here, and one day I'll try to get into the computers. I'm advancing that way, slowly but surely. And so I mean, these are just some of the pages of mathematical equations I had to do to get this design converted down. So anyhow, I have my cut list, and I'll start off by milling some rough stock, cutting some rough stock to length, squaring it up, cutting it to thickness, and gluing up my 3 first stage boards. So that's what I'm going to jump onto right now. I'll stop talking and get to the action after my coffee. Okay, so that's the end of my cut list. They're all cut about 1.5 millimeter oversized. So what I'll do now is run them through the drum sander, get them down to their exact desired thickness, and then I'll glue up the 3 first stage boards. Not very exciting, but I'll show you the process nonetheless. All right. So these are my 3 first stage boards. You can kind of get a bit of an idea as the design is going to be. Now what I'll end up doing, right now all of these are, the 3 boards are the same thickness. The strips, if you will, are the same width. So what I'll end up doing is gluing these together, and then this particular board is going to be a 3-inch thick board. So I'll actually, after these are glued together, I'll take them out of the clamps, I'll run them through the thickness planer, get them nice and flat, drum sander, and then once they're nice and flat and smooth and I'm happy with them, then I'll cut them about every 3 1/4 inches this way. Then I'll end up with strips, this wide here, which is about 36 millimeter by 3 inches, 3¼ inches. But as I form the board, I won't just be gluing the pieces together like this, because what I'll end up doing is cutting some of these pieces down into different thicknesses this way, and then gluing them together. In fact, each piece, if this is the middle piece, the next strip in here will actually be the same thickness as this piece. The third strip will be the same thickness as this piece. And the fourth strip will be the same thickness as that piece. So as the pieces come out from the center, they will progressively get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And this is what forms that 3D kind of funky illusion. So that's what I'm going to get onto now. They're all ready to be glued up, so I'm going to hit that, throw them in the clamps, and then back at it again tomorrow. Okay, so it's day 2. Ready to take these bad boys out of the clamps. Most of them out of the clamps already. And give them a little clean up, get the glue residue off of them. And then we'll start planing them, making them nice and flat. And then put them on the table saw and start a whole lot more cutting. So I'm going to take it onto there right now. One of the critical things when you're doing a glue up like a design like this one is that the placement of the pieces don't move when you're gluing it up, which they often have a tendency to do. So you want to make sure that the black squares are exactly in line right on the edge with the one next to it, and that going all the way down, that point to the diamond to point to the diamond all the way across. And this one here is perfect. I mean, couldn't ask for better. No movement at all. So very happy with that. So now what's to do is to make this bad boy flat. And just in case you're wondering, these are sacrificial rails, because I'll be running this through the thickness planer. And when you run it through the thickness planer, you'll often get tear out. And so these are sacrificial rails that'll be cut off on the table saw afterwards. So that's what I'm going to jump onto right now, just after I clean up any of the excess glue, squeeze out. And we'll do that, and then we'll put it through the thickness planer. Well, I have some more coffee too. I really do like my coffee. So we'll get on to that, and I'll show you that process. And then this bad boy is actually going to become a round cutting board, 13-inch diameter. And I'll show you how I do that. So let's get cracking. Concludes the first dip. I'll allow that to drip dry for the next 6 hours. Then I'll dip it again. This is 100% food grade mineral oil. And so again, first dip, drip dry for 6 hours, dip it again, drip dry for 6 hours, and then I treat it with a 3-to-1 mixture of mineral oil and beeswax. After that, I guess nothing left to do but put on some non-slip rubber feet, shrink wrap that bad boy, and off to the post office and put it on its way to Tony and his beautiful family. So we're almost finished, just a little bit left. I'll take you right through the process, all except for the post office. I'll spare anybody that that nightmare. So we're almost done. Hang in there.